Qamishli is a city in northeastern Syria on the Syria-Turkey border, adjoining the city of Nusaybin in Turkey. According to the 2004 census, Qamishli had a population of 184,231. Qamishli is 680 kilometers northeast of Damascus. The city is the administrative capital of the Qamishli district of Al-Hasaka Governorate, and the administrative center of Qamishli subdistrict, consisting of 92 localities with a combined population of 232,095 in 2004. Qamishli was the de facto capital of the autonomous administration of North and East Syria, until it was moved to Ain Issa. The city was initially a small village inhabited by Assyrians called meaning, house of reeds. The current name is a Turkified form of this, as Qamis means reed, and li suffix means place of in Turkish. With a population of 184,231. Qamishli is among the 10 largest cities in Syria by population. Qamishli is an ethnically mixed city. Kurds make up a majority of the city's population, which also has many Arabs, Assyrians, and Armenians. The city is considered to be a Christian center in Syria, and was a Christian majority city for much of its history. In the 1930s, it is estimated that out of the town's population of 23,000 individuals, 20,000 of those were Christians. Before the Syrian civil war, the Christian population of Qamishli was about 40,000, of whom 25,000 belonged to the Syriac Orthodox Church, the biggest church in the city. As of 2014, it was believed that half of all Christians had left the city. Historically, Qamishli was also home to a significant Jewish community. The origin of the Jews of Qamishli is the adjoining city of Nusaybin, on the other side of the Turkish-Syrian border. As after the foundation of Turkey in 1923, the major economic hubs were allocated to Turkey. The French Mandate authorities deemed it necessary to encourage the settlement or foundation of new villages and towns in the region. The current town was founded in 1926 by the French Mandate, which following encouraged the settlement of the population in Nusaybin, which is located just across the border. Within a few years, Qamishli was more populous than Nusaybin. The major part of the Christian, and also of the Jewish population from Nusaybin moved to Qamishli. In the 1930s, the Jewish population of Qamishli numbered 3,000. After the escalation of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in 1947, the situation of the Jews of Qamishli deteriorated. The exodus of Jews from Syria peaked due to violence, such as the 1947 anti-Jewish riots in Aleppo. By 1963, the community had dwindled to 800, and after the Six-Day War it went down further to 150, of whom only few remain today. In 1939, French Mandate authorities reported the following population numbers for different ethnic, religious groups in Qamishli city center. Once a Christian majority city, the rural migration to Qamishli has increased the Kurdish population of the city. In addition, since the PYD militia took control of the city in 2012, they carried out a Kurdification process, touching all aspects of life, starting by changing the name of the city to Qamishlo, to forcing a Kurdish language curriculum on non-Kurdish citizens, to cultural and social aspects of the city. The Christian and Arab population in the city were fiercely opposed to the PYD rule. Half the Christian population left by 2017, although no fighting happened in the city. The city dates back to the 1920s, when a sizable amount of Assyrians, escaping the Assyrian genocide carried out by the Ottoman Empire, fled from northwestern Iran and southern Turkey and built a small town which they initially called Beth Zaleen. The city itself was officially founded as Qamishli in 1926 as a railway station on the Taurus Railway. One of the most important funders of the early development projects in the city was Masoud Asfa, an Assyrian who survived the massacres of Diyarbakir as a young child. Masoud, along with stepbrother, whose last name was Najjar, established the Asfa and Najjar Corporation, a company that produced wheat in Qamishli. Throughout the 1920s to 1940s, the Asfa and Najjar Corporation funded hospitals, Assyrian schools, and churches throughout the city. At the same time, many Armenians and Syriac Christians, fleeing persecution in Iraq and Turkey, moved into the region. However, in the 1960s and until the late 1970s, when Assyrians still constituted two-thirds of the city's population, the government of the Arab Socialist Ba'ath Party, Syria region actively confiscated Assyrian farms, lands, and areas, causing an Assyrian exodus. Qamishli, the second largest city in Al-Hasaka Governorate, is considered a center for both the Kurdish and the Assyrian ethnic groups in Syria. It was heavily settled by refugees from the Assyrian genocide. Assyrians were the majority in the city until the 1970s, when Kurds from the surrounding countryside moved into the city in numbers. Qamishli is renowned for its large Christmas parade, and Navroz and Kha,